This episode is sponsored by Boo Makes Things, a geeky and LGBT-friendly small business bringing crocheted cuteness to the world. Check them out at etsy.com/uk/shop/Boo Makes Things and use the code PENANCE to get 10% off your order of crochet animals, crochetmon, pride charms, and more.
Penance RPG and its affiliate sponsor, D&Dice, makers of dice for all types of heroes, proudly presents Plummet, Falling in the Dark, a Penance RPG adaptation. This bard's tale, as is customary in these parts, may contain strong adult themes, cursing, and high adventure. For now, time turns, the path is open. Let the story commence.
Welcome to episode 45 of Plummet. Who are you? What are you? And to celebrate Fix a Leak Week, to use the quote from Fix a Leak Week, how have you kept your home leak-free, repairing dripping faucets, toilet flappers and shower heads, otherwise known as what's the best thing you've repaired in your life? Starting with AJ.
Hey, it's me, AJ, playing Dusty Dan McGraw. Apparently. It's been a few weeks. We'll see how this goes. I'm not particularly practical.
You could do a friendship if you want. I don't mind, just anything repaired.
What have I repaired? I've fixed my computer a few times. I was trying to think of plumbing because, fix a leak week, but yeah. Computer.
Yeah, but I had to get the phrase toilet flappers into the recording because I have no idea what the fuck toilet flappers refers to.
It's about time.
So next we have Amy.
Hello, I'm Amy. I play Frankie, our human disciple. I quite like DIY and fixing things when I know I can fix them, because if I don't know how to fix it, I'm not going to fix it. Probably every single piece of flat pack furniture my parents have ever bought, I have fixed for them after my dad has tried and failed.
Fair enough. Anything in particular? Any sort of cabinets or just anything in general?
Oh god. He had a flat pack cabinet thing that he'd bought. He had the instructions upside down the entire time, and he didn't realise until halfway through when he yelled for me to come and help. And then I kind of turned it round and then left him to it.
Aww.
My dad is not very good at DIY, but he refuses to let anybody help him. When he eventually does, it's quiet and after he's ranted and raved, and you're like, Dad's doing DIY, or at least trying to do DIY, and we all just shake our heads and go, yeah, we'll just wait here with a cup of coffee and see how long it takes for him to come and ask for help.
Fair enough then. Next we have Leonida.
Yes, it's me, Leonida. I'm playing Fur Nin, young dragonkin thief. I mostly don't fix things. I usually have some professional do that. But some computers every now and then, and I have assembled a lot of IKEA furniture, so I'm sort of not really handy, but I can read an instruction. So yeah.
So what's the favourite thing you've ever built?
The favorite thing I ever built, that was probably the cupboard underneath our television. It's kind of big with a little glass doors and stuff like that, and a lot of thingamadoos to get in there to actually assemble it. So that I think was the most fun I've ever assembled so far, I think.
Fair enough. And finally this week we have Rowan.
Hello, I am Rowan. I play a dwarven warrior, fitness obsessed, stupid piece of crap called Rupert Steelbottom. As for fixing things, I kind of just glue everything back together a lot. Mostly my clothes, as well as like other things around. So I fix my books when they fall apart. Does that count?
I guess so. How would you fix a book, though?
Tape. Scotch tape, lots of it. I have this copy of The Hobbit. That was my dad's copy, and it's got an amazing front cover with Smaug, and I love it. I've had it since I was a kid. But I lent it to my brother, and it was already old and falling apart. And so I got it back, and it was literally in tatters, and I spent upwards of 2 hours scotch taping the whole thing back together, and now it looks surprisingly good.
Nice.
At least now it's like, at least 20% waterproof.
Yeah, like, I prefer old books anyway. They've got a lot more character to them. I like this one. It's the 50th anniversary edition, and it's got, like, Smaug on the cover.
Okay. No Belry this week because he's probably been kidnapped by some sort of pumpkin carriage. We don't actually know. We never know where Belry is anymore. So, on that note, Dragon, open the storybook and tell us what happened last week.
Upon returning into Neric Hall itself from the harbour area, the party found themselves dodging the crowds of fleeing villagers. When it began to quieten down, they met a rather gruff, fitness-obsessed dwarf by the name of Rupert Steelbottom. But as a wall of guardsmen made their presence known, and a familiar-looking rickshaw came into view, Frankie immediately made himself scarce. As Fur Nin and Dusty stared confused at each other over why their comrade had just run for the hills, the artificer stepped from the rickshaw and inquired how they were progressing, before informing them that the bounty on Ebony Darkness wasn't going to wait around forever. Immediately inspired by the thought of a reward, the trio of Fur, Dusty and Rupert made their way to a derelict ruin of an inn that had apparently been a known site for Mr. Darkness. Finding it empty of all patrons, further exploration was done and alcohol was acquired, with the young Fur being very keen to try some whiskey and Rupert giving both his comrades a stern talking to about the dangers of drink, while simultaneously bench pressing a chair. After some keys for the upstairs doors were found, the trio climbed the stairs and opened the locked door first, discovering a rather rotten body lying next to a blood-soaked bed. Fur Nin, ever the thief, decided to examine the body, but ended up covering himself in coagulated blood and wandered downstairs to find something to clean his hands. Tragically, he decided that the bucket left on the bar must be for cleaning purposes, and he shoved his hands inside, removing several layers of skin and chemically burning his hands into a bloody pulp. As the hapless Dragonborn squealed downstairs, Dusty examined the mattress, and as two large tentacle eyes rose from within, followed by a wicked grin full of teeth, he politely excused himself. Fur Nin, blood still dripping from his freshly skinned hand, squealed that Dusty should attack the creature. But Dusty did not agree, and attempted to convince Fur that not everything's for killing. As the party made their way back out the room, and the beast within the mattress seemed to also return to its slumber, another argument broke out about who should open the next door. And as the bickering grew louder, Rupert could take no more and charged head first into the door, splitting it neatly in two and revealing a host of zombies. Insisting that it couldn't make things worse, Fur Nin opened the final door, revealing a strange figure who introduced themselves as Melisande and was recording death. Thinking nothing of this, Fur asked for more details, but sadly his question was cut short when a hand broke through the floor, grasping the adolescent by his genitalia and wrenching him down to the ground. Determined that no fiend was going to get away with this while he was around, Rupert grabbed Fur Nin by the shoulder, pulling him to his feet, to a chorus of the deeply painful sounding tearing, before remarking that he would find a plaster for the now castrated Fur's injuries and help the poor boy downstairs, leaving Dusty behind to inquire to Melisande about Ebony Darkness, before, once again, politely excusing himself past the zombies. Following her guidance, the party made their way behind the inn, discovering several cultists standing around a crushed body and a strange set of massive traps, while an enormous green portal swirled noisily in the background. After deciding to politely introduce themselves and inquire as to the whereabouts of Ebony Darkness, the cultists seemed shocked that they had avoided Annabelle. After much confusion and a magical spider whistle, a gigantic spider re-emerged from the alleyway, and the party, as one, took flight, running straight through the portal into the dark realm beyond. Finding themselves in a place of learning, amidst hundreds of books and scrawlings, further exploration was required, and with the mighty Rupert Steelbottom's thick dwarven skull able to charge through any door, the party made their way forth, discovering a pit filled with prisoners who seemed to be crying to be saved from more poetry. As a quite lanky cultist arrived at the pulpit, clearing his throat and arranging his rather hefty collection of pages in preparation, Fur Nin launched himself forward, striking the youngling across the face with his hammer, and sending him tumbling into the pit, as the party made their escape from the chamber. Finally, the party encountered a gigantic throne, and atop it, that Ebony Darkness, the half-demonic hybrid of his former self, who took their arrival to be the representation of Neric Hall's complete and total surrender. After a mass discussion, whereby Dusty attempted a lecture on how killing was wrong, and Rupert attempted to convince Ebony that liking eating vegetables was in fact the biggest way to rebel against the man, Ebony had heard enough, and declared that if they truly wanted to stop him, then they would have to catch him first.
And lo, the story continues. So, as Dusty, Fur and Rupert see Ebony has disappeared, you notice a portal off to the side, a swirling red portal that looks like someone might have just gone through it. Do you want to examine the throne or anything, or do you want to just follow through the portal?
I think Fur is going to examine the throne to see if there's anything nice to steal.
Okay. There seems to be... It's kind of like a towel, but it's got like... It's weird, it's got like gold on the corners. It's like a very fancy towel. A sort of hand towel. It looks like it's got many stains on it, like someone's been using it to wipe their hands.
I would not touch that if I was you.
Ah. Does any of you guys know any, like, demonology or stuff?
It's more hygiene than demonology, to be perfectly honest.
Alright. Well, I've always fancied myself a little hand towel with gold in the corners. Now I'm just gonna quickly nab this, and then we can head off onto the portal and chase down this Ebony Darkness guy.
You want to get some kind of demonic infection from the wipings of that there strange goth boy, then that's your prerogative. Is this my voice? Do I sound like this?
I don't know. You sound a bit, different. But I mean, there was a shocking event, like really recently, so I understand if you're sounding a bit strange. Maybe this towel will help me grow a pair instead of my old ones. Who knows?
I've never heard of a towel doing that before, but if that's your plan, then enjoy.
Well, yeah, I'll just nab it for now. Let's head over to the portal before it closes.
Okay, so it's a large, red, swirling portal, and as you get in front of it, it seems like it's beginning to slowly shrink downwards. What do you want to do?
Fur doesn't feel that he has anything more to lose in life right now, so he's just gonna jump through it.
Okay. Rupert and Dusty?
I guess we should probably follow the
I'd say
yeah,
go through.
that recently castrated boy. Yes.
I honestly can't remember what voice I'm meant to be doing for this either.
Clearly, this pocket dimension is scrambling our accents.
Clearly.
What a strange and unpredictable place this is.
Okay, so you go through the portal. As you come through the portal, you find yourself in a very sweet-smelling hall, and there's quite a lot of corridors leading to where the room you're in. And as you look straight ahead, you notice a very familiar figure drinking in what looks like a bar with a girl on his arm, and you recognize it immediately as Frankie.
So, Lady Karen is basically the Mother Teresa of our established religion. And she had a son called Tyler, who she was on a great quest to find because he had been taken away. Tubbs was her lover, but yes, there's a lot to do about Tubbs. And the others are not exactly that important.
She just looks at you and goes, lover? Singular?
Well, he thought she was a singular lover, but she had many lovers. Karen was all about enjoying oneself and being open to experiences.
Quick side note, have we actually met Frankie?
Yeah,
I don't think we met Frankie.
Yes, you
I
have.
don't think we have.
You've all met Frankie. Apart from Rupert, you've all met Frankie before.
Oh, okay.
Who is this person?
Well, I think he might have had a little bit too much to drink, I think. He's called Frankie. He's usually a better talker than that.
That sounds a bit judgmental.
Well, you know me.
Not really.
Pleasure to meet ya.
I'm judging it right and left all the time. You're never
Kind of
satisfied with me,
salute
Dusty.
sloppily and confused.
Okay. So are you going to go
Hello, Frankie.
through the corridor to find Frankie?
Yeah.
Okay, so Frankie has turned around and saw you all in what can only be described as his favourite brothel since he came to Nerrick Hall. The one he uses to basically get his pelvis repaired every time. So
Hannah, she's a very good girl.
Howdy.
Hello, Frankie. What are you doing?
What? Oh, did you deal with the artificer?
More like who
What
are
did
you
you want?
doing? Am I right?
No, don't speak like that to Hannah. Hannah's a good girl. She's my favorite.
Oh,
Aren't you, Hannah?
but yeah, we sort of met the artificer and he sent us after Ebony, and we sort of found him, and he fled this way, I think. So we're chasing him now. You might want to come join us instead of Hannah for now, and
Oh, do what you like. Who cares? We're nothing without free will.
Well, you didn't come this way. Hannah, darling. You go tell your boss that there's a bit of a kerfuffle going on, and I'll try and take care of it. But keep your heads down, all right? Go tell the rest of them. Off you go now.
the girl sort of
And he
winks,
just gives her a little
winks
spank.
at Frankie and then sort of goes off while sort of waving at him in a really sort of bizarre way that I'm sure Frankie finds endearing.
And
She
Frankie,
is
you
such a
should-
fine one.
You should also meet our new friend Rupert Steelbottom. He's very good at breaking down doors.
Oh,
I
pleasure.
knock myself on the top of the head and kind of look triumphant.
I'm Frankie. I'm a wizard. Well, I'm a disciple, really, but I'm magical, so whenever I shout fireball, just duck. All right?
Aye, Captain! And I kind of spit in the palm of my hand and hold it out to shake.
Ah, no, thank you. Only, no. No.
Rupert looks crestfallen.
Yeah, these might be
I'm just gonna
bad
pat him on the
times.
head. Good boy.
Okay?
So, should
At
we...
this-
I'll
this
grab
po-
my stuff.
At this point, you... Actually, can everyone give me an awareness check at this point? Let's see what you see.
Frankie's
I'm too
just
busy
looking at
trying to grab.
girls.
Frankie is too busy.
Frankie's too busy trying to find his staff.
Yeah.
Rupert is still confused about what the heck just patted him on the head.
Rupert's just sort of punched himself so hard in the head he's not confused what the fuck's going on. Whereas Fur and Dusty are sort of looking around going, this is a really nice place.
Yeah, classy.
I did tell you. I did tell you.
Oh no, I'm not judging. This is a kind of establishment. Were there not some kind of demonic invasion going on? I like to spend a afternoon whiling away the time.
Yeah. Maybe
Well,
could
if we
stay.
mind our manners and don't blow too many holes in the walls, I'm sure they'll have us back.
Says some
I'll
kind of
introduce you to Scarlet.
bloody
She might be
innuendo.
your type.
I don't know if we've known each other long enough for you to know what my type is, but okay.
Well, as long as we don't set
Scarlet's
ourselves on
everybody's
fire.
type.
At this point, there's a very sharp scream. It sounds quite low pitch, but going all the way up to incredibly high, and then suddenly it's cut short.
Someone's practicing their scales.
Yeah, might be Freddie Mercury.
And there's a loud crunching sound, like someone chewing on something very, very crunchy, shall we say.
Oh dear. I think that's
Do we hear-
Lilibet's.
Do we hear from which direction this is coming?
It's coming from the room directly behind you.
Ooh, maybe we should go check that sound out, guys.
You should lead the way.
Does Frankie know whose room it is, by any chance?
All Frankie knows is it's the girl with the long black hair that he's had a thing for but never managed to experience yet.
It's Sharon. That minx. She always runs away from me. She never says hi. She's an odd one.
Oh,
At this
maybe
point,
we should go.
a curtain is flung open and a naked man stands in front of you with blood dripping from between his legs, and he's incredibly pale, and he just looks at you and goes, "Ow!" and then just collapses on the floor in front of you. And you just notice him being slowly dragged back into the room.
Can I push back Fur Nin a bit, just carefully, stay back, kid?
Well, I think it might be safe for me to meet Sharon, but the rest of you should watch out, probably.
Oh, she's definitely getting fired. You don't eat your customers, for goodness sake.
Yeah, maybe
Not in that way.
Maybe she didn't get to that page in the employee handbook.
Whew.
Something with long, sharp claws just leans through the gap, grabs the curtain and pulls it back over again.
Oi, ugly.
Maybe we should try one of those patented fireballs of yours, Frankie. If I hold the curtain to the side.
Pull it open. You don't need to blow it open.
I was thinking of pulling aside the curtain and then fireball and then run like fuck. But
I was thinking of not burning down my favorite establishment, so no.
Yeah.
Why don't you just grab the curtain and bullwhip him?
Where's your
Got an afternoon
self-confidence,
plan
Frankie?
here soon.
Alright, Fur Nin will just sneak up to the side of the curtain and try to peek in and see what's in there.
Okay. Fur Nin peeks into the room, pulls the curtain to one side, and then immediately drops the curtain and pulls back and looks to the rest. And he's trying to mouth something large and deadly, and everyone else is looking at him like, why is he not just saying words?
I will then sort of tiptoe back to the rest of the guys and then tell them what I saw.
Fur Nin tiptoes back to the rest and says, I'm trying to say that there's a myriad. And then this immense roar, and this gigantic beast with tentacles comes barging through the area around the curtain and smashes through the wall. What do you do?
Oh shit.
Right, duck. Electric bolt.
Yeah, Fur is gonna hide away to the side to not be in the fire range of Mr. Frankie. And
It's
be
an electric bolt, so you'll just get a shock if it...
prepared to sort of sneak at it from the side, be a little bit in the background, like thief-like.
Okay, Frankie roll. Yep, there's a massive lightning bolt shudders through the air and through this massive creature. It seems to judder quite vividly, and the tentacles start flapping everywhere like whips. Can everyone do me a dodge roll to not be whipped in the face?
Alrighty.
Uh-oh.
Yep, everyone's fine. Everyone avoids the sort of whips as they crack around the room. Several bottles get smashed. At this point, you notice a very sort of bulky dwarf push his way through the corridor that you came from, saying, "What's all this here? Are you causing trouble again, Frankie?"
No, it's not me. It's this asshole here is just eating Sharon. Like, quite literally eating her. And probably her client. Or Sharon's eating
And he turns to look at this giant creature, rips off his shirt and jumps at it only way a sort of very muscly shirtless dwarf can, and you watch as a massive dwarf fights a myriad. Are you going to help or are you going to run away?
Come on, boys!
I'll quick draw with my crossbow and fire one off.
Alright, roll. Nope.
Could have been worse.
Second shot.
Whoop, here
Natural
we go.
1. Odd or even?
Even.
It's odd. You kill the dwarf. Stone dead.
You didn't have to owe him any money, did you, Frankie?
No. Thankfully.
So, as this
there
gigantic
goes that
creature
silver
begins
lash.
to slowly consume the dwarf, what are the rest of you doing as it loudly chomps its way through the bones of this still twitching dwarf?
Quick, while it's distracted.
Sidestep out of that room as quickly as I can.
Alright, you run down the corridor, and as you get to the end of the corridor, you notice to the left there's a room, again, which is cornered off. You notice there's definitely something like weird going on with the lighting. And the room to the other side, it's a kind of like a broom cupboard that you can hide in. So which would you rather go into?
Broom cupboard.
Alright, so Rupert immediately leaps to the broom cupboard, pulls the door open. It's quite a narrow cupboard, but you can hide behind the brooms if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone else is following Rupert?
I guess so.
Furnace, just
Take the shot, guys. Run
Okay.
fast.
Run into the broom cupboard and shut the door. As you get to the back of the broom cupboard, you find a small, swirling purple portal. What do you do?
can we
What?
pass through it?
Mm-hmm.
Can we poke the purple portal?
You can, yeah.
Perhaps with some kind of poking... I ran out of P words.
Well, you can poke it with Peef.
Fur Nin says and just
Beef
just jumps
is
through the
not a
portal.
word.
Alright, Fur Nin just charges through the portal. Dusty pokes the portal. It just seems fine for you to go through. Are you going to go through it and follow Fur Nin, or are you just going to stand in the broom cupboard?
Perplexing. I suppose I better go through it.
Yeah. We'll just walk through.
Pass through it.
Okay, so you jump through the portal. Frankie recognizes it as the school building you were in before.
Oh, I don't want to be here again. This place was awful. There were rats as well, wasn't there?
You look around and you seem to be in, again, a sort of broom cupboard-like building, but you recognise the sort of shape of the windows and everything that you're back in the schoolhouse that Frankie was in before. The one that you tried to sign Donnie up to.
Oh, yeah. We tried to
And,
sign up
yeah.
Donnie for school here. We were chasing Ebony here. We chased him here once before. And we're back here again.
So how did you get here when you chased him then?
I believe it was another portal.
Are you going to exit the broom cupboard? Are you going to explore the broom cupboard? Are you going to go back through? What are you going to do?
Perhaps we should explore this broom cupboard. It's more of a joke than anything else.
I was going to add to that, actually. I was going to see if anybody had came through. Can we see any tracks?
There's the sign that someone has
before this?
moved quickly through this room quite recently and exited through the door.
Ah, seems to have gone that way. Through the door.
Alright. That might have been him. Let's follow him and see if we can find another portal we went through, or if he's here somewhere. Maybe
Let's
he
try
likes
and track where he's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I have tracking.
Does anyone have tracking?
I think I have tracking. Yes, I have tracking.
Hey!
Okay, Dusty, please track him.
Do a roll first.
Finally, we're in my wheelhouse.
Alright. You exit through the door and follow the tracks. The track seems to lead to the left. To the right immediately you see a barricade with people sort of nervously standing this side of it, looking out across the barricade towards what looks like an empty corridor.
I don't think we should draw attention to ourselves.
No, me neither. They're probably looking for monsters or stuff like that. Let's just try to sneak the other way.
The tracks go to the left.
Right.
Lead the way, Dusty.
Right.
I lead the way.
So you follow the path to the left, you follow the corridor down, you find yourself standing outside an office that says Principal's Office. Frankie recognises the door as the one that they chased Ebony out of before.
We chased him out of here.
Perhaps he has returned.
Well, it'd make it a lot easier. We'll have to clean up the mess, that's for sure.
Fur Nin will just go in through the door and hope that the principal's not there. He has bad experiences, principals.
You open the door. Inside, the place's entire mess is like someone has ransacked the entire room. And on the floor in the middle, there looks like a small ring.
Yeah, and Fur Nin being the thief he is, he will just pocket the ring really quickly before anyone sees anything.
Mm-hmm.
Did we see him do that?
Up to you. Roll awareness. Yes, you both saw. He's not subtle.
Oi! I wouldn't pick that up if I was you.
Some crime
the way
never
it's been.
pays.
Since you're a wizard, maybe you know something of demonology then, Frankie.
Well, I can have a look at it and see if it's Ebony's or not, but
Yeah, maybe because
you shouldn't have touched it with your bare hands.
Well, my bare hands are fucked, so why not? They're really
Still,
bear in that sense.
Take it.
Yes, bear.
Taking the property of others is a shortcut to getting bounty hunters such as myself hired to hunt you
Well-
down.
We'll have that showdown when you get the bounty on me then, Dusty. And I hope you're not as
Getting
dusty as you sound.
very aggro all of a sudden.
Dusty, I have a bounty for you.
I'm listening.
4 gold pieces for a little shit called Fur Nin.
Now,
that's
my
what
rate
we
is
like.
only a
People's stuff.
little higher than 4 gold pieces. See, I have to cover my costs.
Oh no, it's an easy job. It's more for your enjoyment.
I don't work for exposure.
Fur is just gonna listen to this and just scamper off really, really quickly out the door again.
Alright,
While
I'm
the
looking
troops
at
see
that
disgusting
ring.
and
There we
this.
You can have it when you stop giving bounties on me, you fucker.
I've already rolled the dice, you idiot. I'm in mid. Figuring it out.
The ring looked intriguing to you while you were looking at it before he ran off with it.
Intriguing.
Can I tell if it's Ebony Darkness's ring?
You can tell it's got some demonic about it, definitely.
Yeah.
Fur is in mid-flight going to put on the ring.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Let me just do a roll and see what we get from Fur putting on the ring. As you all chase after Fur, he puts on the ring, and suddenly this sort of blue bolt shoots out of his lightning and opens a swirling blue portal in front of him that he can't stop and runs straight through. Are the rest of you going to follow, or are you going to just go, it's interesting?
Oh, this boy is going to end up killing us all.
Unless.
Am
Now,
I
hear
still
me out.
hiding in the broom closet, by the way?
No, you've been following them.
I thought you were following.
That's good. I kind of wasn't sure.
This grand adventure, and Rupert is like,
Hey guys, where did you go?
Health conscious, he's probably like done some like power sweeping or something.
He's just lifting hangers.
Gotta get in micro workouts wherever you can.
So, are you all following through the blue swirling portal?
Fuck
Might
it.
as well.
Yeah, I suppose.
I might as well go and save his ass again.
I feel like we're getting sidetracked from our mission to hunt down the Crown Prince of Gothness.
So, you jump through the blue portal, and you find yourself in what looks like some sort of catacomb. A sort of sprawling, weird catacomb that looks like some of the stonework from above has collapsed. So what do you want to do? Do you want to continue looking for Fur Nin? Do you want to look around? What do you want to
Is
do?
he not?
And you could track him.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just about to say.
maybe we'll see if my world-renowned tracking skills come in handy in this here catacomb. 23 on a
Natural 20. You notice Fur Nin trying to hide behind some packing crates.
There he is.
I run over, grab him by the scruff of his neck, and pull him back towards the group.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Now, why
What
do
you
wanna
go
run
on
from
endangering your health there for, laddie?
Well, these guys want to kill me, so what I'm supposed
No,
to
we
do?
just wanted. All we did was say, please don't steal from people.
Well, you were gonna
Yes,
put a
we're trying
bounty
to
on me.
steal good
So
manners.
yeah. Good manners. Holy shit. We're like in the catacomb chasing a fucking demon lord, and you're talking about good manners.
No, we were
You're
talking
the
about
one who
good
ran
times
in here.
before we was in the catacomb.
Well, we were still chasing a demon lord before, being attacked
Yeah,
by a
we-
fucking monster. So yeah.
We're trying to be the better people in this equation.
Well, it started to sound like the monsters we're hunting to me.
No, you are. I'm trying to be a better person. I don't want to become the monster.
Well, you better work on that then.
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm a hired man. I'm here to do a job, and I'm not becoming no kind of creature of the night, unrecognizable to my friends and family. Thanks to the blood that's on my hands as I've waded knee deep through the dead in my endless quest to hunt down Captain Hologram or whatever the fuck. I'm just here to do a job.
Well,
That was a brilliant monologue.
maybe if you stop ranting a bit, we could get this guy then, and we can just go about our business after that.
You know, after
mean,
that, Dusty, you're definitely Scarlet's kind of man.
See, that's it. I'm here to do a job, get paid, go see what this here Scarlet lady is
Well, I'm
interested
thinking
in.
that Scarlet might be disappointed. You probably got your name Dusty from going.
I got it because I travel the dusty open wilds of the wild West Plain. Not due to lungs filled with any kind of particulate matter.
Well, maybe we should go check if he's down here somewhere. It was probably his ring and he opened a portal. So, yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay. You notice at this point the blue portal from behind you has closed. And you can hear the sound of something quite large breathing quite heavily, as in you're not sure if you're being watched or not.
Be careful, there's a fat man down here masturbating. Sorry. You feel free to edit that out.
I might just leave it in.
You're trying to teach me manners? What the fuck?
That was more of a fourth wall breaking. Dig at myself. I don't know.
Oh dear.
Well, Fur Nin is
sorry.
going to tell Rupert to put him down so we can start sneak about and see what's actually giving off that sound.
I pop him down and give him a good pat on the top of the head.
Okay.
Do you even reach the top of it?
His shoulder, something, as far as I can reach.
Yeah, my bum. Probably, but yeah.
Good hustle.
Ooh.
I'm not that short.
No, but I'm that
He's
tall.
at least 5'4", you know? He's a height.
Well, Fur Nin is going to go sneak about and see if we can find the source of the sound.
Okay. What's everyone else going to do while Fur Nin has a sneak about?
I'm gonna roll a demonology check and just see if there's a direction that it's gonna point us towards, maybe.
Okay. Okay, yes. Frankie has a look around, and Frankie, after a while, recognizes where you are. You're in the basement of the town hall.
Oh. Are we in the we're in the town hall basement.
You
Now,
certainly have
do I
an
remember how
extensive
to get out
knowledge
of
of
here?
underground.
You recognize this by
Well,
seeing
this is
the massive crates that you took the golems out of.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we got some good golems here. Well, I didn't, but a few of my old acquaintances did. The old
Whatever
predecessors.
happened to them?
Well, they died. Or left. Or were lost. I wasn't there for every single mission, mind you.
Sounds like a fabulous tale.
At this point, you hear a loud roar, and you turn around to see a massive, winged demon, charging towards Fur Nin. What do you do?
Watch your back, Fur!
Okay.
No,
No, seriously,
right
watch
now,
your
look
back.
behind you.
Well, I can hear the demon as well. I'm not deaf.
And yet, here we are. I will fire my crossbow at the demon.
Roll. Nope. Second shot. Nope. Both your shots are wide.
I shall fire a lightning bolt.
Okay. Lightning bolt shoots across, shudders through the demon. The demon shakes violently and drops his massive sword. What are the rest of you going to do?
Fur Nin is going to point the ring that he has on at the demon and go,
Shazam! Shazam!
Okay. Nothing happens.
God damn it!
Okay, what's Rupert going to do?
I guess fight?
He's about maybe, let's say, 9 foot tall, this demon.
What's my strength stat again?
Is this another one you put all in strength and nothing else?
Yes.
Yeah.
Clearly the best way of doing it.
Alright, so what are you
Look
going to
at
do?
him as a door.
You're going to throw something at him? You're going to charge at him and hit him? What are you going to do?
Probably gonna do my signature run right at him and hopefully knock him over technique.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You can do it, Rupert.
So Rupert
your
charges,
head.
smacks straight into the front of the demon, nutting him, so crushing anything the demon had, making him fall backwards, howling and grabbing his crotch. So we're back round to Dusty. What's Dusty gonna do?
I will aim at said crotch with my newly reloaded crossbow.
Alright, roll. Nope. Natural 1. Odd or even?
Let's stick with even.
It's odd.
Fuck.
Who do you hit? Do you hit yourself or do you hit them? You hit Rupert.
Oh, I might kill my second dwarf today.
15. Groin.
I hit a crotch. That's
Loss. Your arrow finds its mark, coming between the sort of dangling collection of objects in Rupert's trousers and the wall, separating one from the other.
An eye for an eye, everybody.
That's instant karma, that one.
My apologies, Rupert.
Can I just roll away? Shame.
Yep, you get to roll away then. It's fine. It's now Frankie.
I'm just gonna go with another lightning bolt.
Okay.
Try
roll.
and fry it. No, I don't.
Let's see, does that hit anything else? Yes, it does. Odd or even to see if you hit Rupert as well.
Please no.
Odd.
It's even, you hit
God
Rupert as well.
damn it!
Can my poor guy get a break?
You
So sorry.
shock through Rupert's left leg. And as the lightning bolt from Frankie causes a massive explosion of bright light, and we continue from where the Discord server lied the week before, the demon has disappeared. Rupert is lying on the ground, rolling around with his leg on fire. What do you want to do?
Put the fire out. Yeah.
How are you going to put the fire out?
With dirt?
So you're going to kick dirt onto him.
Yeah, I'm gonna
roll
like kick
in
dirt
the
and
dirt.
roll him.
You're going to roll him.
Roll him
okay?
and pat him down with the dirt as well.
Okay, roll to roll him.
Oh, okay.
Should I also roll to roll myself at the same time?
Probably, yes. It's your left leg that's mostly on fire at the moment.
Remember that its crotch is badly hurt as well.
Can I add my strength?
So you angrily roll yourself on the ground as Frankie is like kicking you, basically trying to kick dirt over you, yes. So Rupert is currently rolling back and forth with one leg on fire and lots of blood pouring out of his crotch. So what's Dusty and Fur doing?
Well, Fur is going to try to pat him down with dirt, but using his hands instead of putting
Pat
it on
him
his
down.
leg.
Okay, roll to pat him down.
Yeah,
You catch
we're on
fire.
a roll today. All right.
Your bandage on your bad hand catches fire.
Oh.
So it's now just Dusty.
Can I cast the heal on Rupert's still bottom?
You can, yes. Roll. See how effective this heal is. Yep, you managed to stop the bleeding, though he's still on fire.
Not a miracle worker.
It's now back round to Rupert and Frankie.
Does anyone have water? Is there water like anywhere nearby, or
No.
Nope.
can I lie on top of the fire like as best as I can and try to smother it or something?
It's one of your legs, so I'm not really sure how you're going to lie on top of one of your own legs, but you can try. Sure.
Like mush my leg into the dirt to try and like put the fire out.
Okay, roll.
I'm laughing at my own joke too much again.
Yep, somehow you managed to put your leg out, despite Frankie still kicking you in the leg.
Internally, I'm apologizing, but outwardly, I'm still kicking you.
Yes. So
Thank you, lassie.
So as I said, the massive demon has disappeared, leaving the rest of you sort of standing around with the still slightly smouldering Rupert. What do you want to do?
I want to take stock of our surroundings.
Okay. Frankie recognises it as it is definitely beneath the town hall, and you work your way back to the stairs leading out of the town hall, and as you look like you're about to climb the stairs, you see two figures. Belry, can you describe these figures, please?
Where are we, Jack? Oh, I know, Golf. Where do you think we are? We're looking for our adventure, ain't we? I don't know where I'm going with this. Hey, who's them down there? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Duke Raphael Binningham. I'm Giles. I was going for something vaguely cockney, but it hasn't worked.
So,
It worked well in my head. When I was doing the voices in my head, they worked.
so how is Duke Raphael Bingham meant to sound?
Quite posh and affected.
Okay, and how's Giles meant to sound?
He's meant to sound vaguely cockney.
Bit of cockney.
But like not too rough, because he's trying to look like a faithful man serving him.
How would you describe these two gentlemen, Barry? Because that's what I don't know.
So I feel like Giles is probably shaved bald, but in like a nice suit. Imagine, who'd you call him? Ross
The dude
Kemp
from
in a
Hitman.
suit. No, Ross Kemp, but in a suit.
Right.
All I'm picturing now is you and John.
It's me and John.
God bless you.
Yeah, John's Giles and Duke Binningham.
Okay. So what's everyone else's reaction?
Well, what are you supposed to be then?
Why are you down here?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did you see where the demon went?
Oh, demon. No. A demon, you say? Well, Giles, that sounds like some adventure, don't you think? Why, I reckon it does. Apparently he's Mayor Quimby now.
He's turning into Bruce.
Oh, God.
Giles Wongle Pong.
Giles Wongle. Of the famous Wongle Pong clan.
Right, okay. So, are you going to leave the town hall? Are you going to go back down and look for the demon? What are you going to do?
Well, we need to find the youngster we need to sort of kill. I don't know where he went.
Yes.
We should probably be another portal around here.
Let's find this demon and get this over and done with.
What's this youngster you guys are talking about? I'm not sure how I feel about killing children.
Oh no, he's a wanted man. He's murdered countless people and
Evil
performed
demonlord.
various evil demons.
Yes.
He's called Ebony Darkness. Have you heard of him?
Can't say I have. He sounds quite troubled, though.
Ah, then you're quite lucky not to have heard of him.
He wrote shit poetry.
Horrific poetry.
What, wasn't that one of his minions?
Yes.
Yes, but I
was.
thought he did the same too.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt, but we haven't got any evidence for that.
Not yet. We might still suffer underneath this, you never know.
Yeah, hopefully we won't find any evidence of that. I've suffered enough as it is.
Shall we have a look outside to see if there's a portal nearby, or
Yes,
check
we
the
should
house?
probably, or
Check the
how
hall.
does the basement look like? Have we checked everything downstairs here yet?
You look around, there's not really much downstairs compared to what was there before, really. So, you kind of feel like you've cleared it out for. Though you do find another golem if you want it. It seems to be lime green coloured.
Ooh, how nice. Does anyone want a lime green golem? By any chance?
Rupert, you could use it for a leg!
It's terribly gauche.
Rupert, look, we found you a leg!
Well, I mean, his leg isn't
I have
off, it's
both
just
my
slightly
legs.
burnt.
Oh, is it just
Tap
burnt off?
both of them. Very happy.
Sorry. In the kicking, I must have just blanked it out.
I'll just pocket the golem for now. It might be useful later, who knows?
How
Start
big
doing
do you think
squats
this
to, like,
golem is?
size my legs.
The golem's pretty fucking big. It's about the same size as Rupert.
In that case, how big is your pocket?
Well, you know, I'm a master thief, so I got big pockets, but I'll just tie a knot around it and hang it on my back for now.
Hey, nothing's too big for your pockets, is it?
Nope.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
This is a very northern southerner.
Sounding
Very
like some
northern
kind, of,
southerner.
some kind of smutty innuendo. I'm not judging.
No.
It's just. what
So
you were trying
out,
to
then.
insinuate.
Yes, out, I
just
think it
meant
is.
that I'm sure you fit plenty of things in your pockets. And now it's
gonna
apparently
poke
Southern
it.
America.
Frank is gonna go check outside the door.
Yeah, Fur Nin is following.
Okay.
The man with the worst grasp of accents playing two different accents at once.
As long as it's two you can do, it's fine, Barry.
Why, apparently not.
So, are you still looking around the basement, or are you going upstairs to look through the door?
I'm gonna go
Look into the
upstairs
door.
and look through the door.
Okay. So you go back upstairs and you come across the reception desk with the very grumpy old man that goes, "What? Speak up!"
Howdy.
Hello.
You didn't happen to see a demon of some sort coming through here, did you?
Damon? Damon who?
Ebony Darkness. Have you seen him?
Awful
Have I
poetry.
seen what?
Yes, we're
Damon
looking for a
Ebony?
ruffian.
I'll
No.
check the script. See him ruffling through pages behind the desk. No Debony Eamon here.
No.
I'm gonna
Someone
write. I'm
just
gonna take
down.
a pen and just write it out and then show it to him.
Please.
I'll have to find me glasses.
Oh, for the love of God. You should be wearing your glasses. How are you supposed to even read the register?
What? He just sort of looks really annoyed at Frankie and Stan sort of like ruffling his moustache, looking at
I'm
Frankie.
just gonna look at him indignantly and just go, "What?" and then point back to my hand the name that we're looking for.
Aren't you the one that came here and, stole the thing? I recognise your face.
What thing?
The thing from the Magister's office.
No.
You're with
never
that
been here
shady
before.
one, the short one that smelt of booze.
Frankie's just gonna look at his new friends and be like,
Well, I don't think that Frankie has stolen anything from here, so have a look at this name instead.
Can I go? Is Duke Bingham and sort of wrap my arm around this old man's shoulder. Yes, good sir. I see you have your priorities on straight. We'll send the magistrates around straight away to find out this missing thing. But perhaps you can help us find this ruffian, a lad by the name of Ebony Darkness, I believe it was.
What? Bit forward there, aren't you?
Well, I'm a forward kind of man. What can I say? I'm a duke, don't you know? Or I will be soon, anyway. Perhaps I could put in a good word for you. A helpful man such as yourself. Essentially, I was trying to schmooze with this fine gentleman using my vast etiquette.
Alright, roll your etiquette.
I will have you know my etiquette is vast.
Yep, you talk to him and he goes, well, I've not heard of any Ebony Darkness or whatever you called him, but I'll keep an eye out for him if you see him. Is he likely to ever coming in here?
I don't know. I have never met the lad, and this is the first I've heard of him.
Well, you better go wait in the Magister's office then, just up the stairs.
Yes, and I shall make sure that everybody keeps their hands in Fur Nin's large pockets.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know if I can
Sounds
agree
like
with
an
that.
invitation.
Not like there's anything there anymore to fondle. Sorry, so that was a little bad taste.
That was a little out of touch for being you, Dusty.
Yeah, I'm having one of those days. But yes, we shall wait in the office.
Okay, you head the stairs towards the office. At the top of the stairs, you realise that the door to the Magistrate's office seems to have been broken before. And as you open the door and walk inside, you notice that there's a big warning saying, "Who took my alcohol?" And basically as a bill attached to this sign saying, "This is what it costs to replace. I expect whoever did it to pay this back."
I forget who took that alcohol. Was it me?
It was Slasher, yes.
That's fine, he's long
Well,
dead.
if a man's brandy is not sacred, then there is nothing in this world that is sacred. Isn't that right, Giles?
It's bad.
Is there anything else out of interest in this room?
In this room at the moment, there's 3 desks and it looks quite muddled, and there's a sort of area where there's a sort of sitting area with old leatherback chairs.
I'm inclined to take one of these home with me. If only I could get it home.
I'm not
Sit
sure
down,
these
Weasel.
would fit in Fur Nin's pockets, no matter how vast they may be.
It's a shame we don't have a bag of holding. Such a shame.
That's why you break them up into smaller bits, sir. As always, it is an education with you, Giles. Yeah, like, Giles doesn't have... I don't know what Giles is.
He's a man of the world, he's from all over.
Yeah. I've been about.
Well,
Why
so
do I
maybe
do
we
this
should,
to myself? Why do I do this to myself?
maybe
Okay.
we should actually try to find the portal then, guys.
Okay.
Find
so
Ebony.
are you wanting to check?
Oh,
Keep looking.
Okay. Everyone just do me a normal roll, not even awareness roll, just normal roll, see how you do digging for stuff.
7.
Ooh, 20.
I mean, I can't say that I'm surprised by Rupert's score.
Rupert puts his hand into a hole in the sort of skirting board and finds a large mousetrap with his fingers.
Oh.
Quite frankly, I don't think he would feel it.
He pulls it out and looking
Just
at his very
kinda-
throbbing fingers like, huh?
Just lived 10 minutes trying to pry it off.
Whereas Frankie finds on the sort of taxidermy deer head behind one of the desks, in the eye socket, Frankie finds another ring.
Ooh. Can I examine the ring, please?
Another 20.
Another 20, yes. Frankie kind of goes, what's this? Taps it on the desk a few times and oh, this will fix it. Doof, doof, ding. Smacking it the third time, a swirling kind of like sort of pinkish colour, purpley colour, portal starts opening in front of him. What do you want to do?
Oh man.
Ah.
Woo! More portals! Let's go!
Fur Nin just jumps in.
I mean, are you quite sure that's safe?
We've
Can't
done a
hear you.
few of these. We've done a few of these, it's fine.
Yeah, don't be such a coward, Mr. Raphael Benning.
If you like, you can go next. I'll go after you.
That's quite alright. Franklin.
Well, they're
wasn't-
arguing. Can I just cannonball
Frankie.
in?
Yep. So Rupert starts charging through.
And Nami goes first.
Okay.
If you're quite sure.
It's very easy. It's just like stepping through a doorway. It's nothing out of the ordinary. Just go, otherwise I'll start
I
pushing
mean-
you. Come on.
This doesn't seem entirely ordinary, I'll be honest.
Life is not ordinary.
Very philosophical. Very well then. Let's go, Giles.
So as you shunt through the portal, you find yourself coming through and standing in front of what looks like a collapsed building. And there are several very oddly tall figures sort of looking around with like long billowing black robes. They seem to be searching for something in the wreckage.
Howdy there, folks. Shh. Howdy there. Oh wait.
You! They might be. Well, yeah, there we go again.
You come from?
Never
The
Neverland.
South.
We're from
I
the
don't know.
magistrate's office, good sir.
The south.
Ooh, good one.
What is this south office?
It's slightly south of the north office.
Downtown.
Why are you here?
We're looking for Ebony Darkness. Have you seen him, perhaps?
Ebony Darkness.
Yes.
They sort of turn and sort of huddle for a few minutes looking over at you quite suspicious. And then sort of come over and go, were you sent here?
Yes,
Oh.
by Ebony. Where to find him? He told us to come here.
He sent
he's,
you here to find him?
Yes. He's a funny guy, you know.
He works in
pulling pranks.
mysterious ways.
We
Yeah.
do not laugh.
It wasn't
No.
a joke.
So he was here to rub that kid's mud face in the dirt. Apparently it's just gone straight to this now.
Did he send you to help us?
Sure, why not?
Yes.
Good. Then dig.
Well, just as a reminder, I'm a little bit forgetful. What is it we're digging for?
We need the artifact.
But what does the artifact look like? I mean, you know, just in case, so we know when we've dug enough.
You will see.
You seem to have a bad hiccup. You need to do something about that.
I hear if you stand on your head and drink a pint of water while saying the alphabet backwards, it will help.
What is alphabet?
It's kind of spaghetti.
Yeah. Kills him.
Spaghetti.
How you make
Jesus.
words?
It's the system and phonetics of the language you are currently speaking.
Yeah, except for
I
the.
do not believe you.
What do I roll to
hey.
convince a weird bird
You're
about
cured.
the phonetics?
Alphabet. That's the thing with 28 letters, right?
Can I
Close enough.
roll literacy to try and convince the bird about how language works?
I mean, we might be.
Yeah, Fur
Maybe
is
I have
gonna
a
start
long
digging while
shot.
you do that.
You start talking and trying to convince the bird about language. The bird seems very intrigued the more you go on by it, and then just turns to you and looks you dead in the eye and go, is this blood magic?
No, this is literature.
I see. But what do you use to draw these symbols?
Ink, traditionally, Although you can use
that
pencil.
made from blood?
Not normally, although I'm sure you could draw it in blood if you were so inclined.
Maybe we
Traditionally, it's an emulsion of oils and pigments.
Where do you get these oils from? Is it the flesh?
I don't know. I pay a man to bring me it.
You
Well,
pay
that's
a
it.
man to bring you flesh.
I mean, yes, this is my butcher,
Your
and a damn good butcher he is. Brings me only the finest flesh.
We also need butcher. Where can we find such butcher?
Well, there tends to be a butcher in most towns, really. Villages, people tend to supply their own meats, but most towns will have a butcher.
We shall examine this butcher.
By all means.
So they go back to their sort of huddle and begin to start, and all you occasionally hear is the word butcher, and then one of them going, blood, blood, blood! What do you want to do?
Shall we scout about?
Yes, we
Interesting
should
group
probably
people
do that. Or should we actually try to dig and find this artifact?
Probably only an AFR CD anyway.
It might be another book of
Bit of a niche
poetry.
joke, I admit.
Alien Ant Farm? No, that's a different thing.
That's a
That
different thing.
Why?
slaps. Let's not dig for the artifact.
At this point, you hear a commotion, and the sort of group of crow hags go over, and one of the people digging pulls out a massive, like, section of jail cell. It's just like all iron bars, and they go, "Have you found the artifact?" Well,
No, not yet.
no, but I found this. And he holds up the iron bars, and the crows sort of look at it and go, "No, that is not the artifact." Well, we
Can I
found some
hold up the
bodies.
mousetrap?
Found some bodies. Do you want these bodies?
What do the bodies look like?
Well, there's a tiefling, and a sort of dragonkin thing, and a couple of others. Do you want any of these?
No. You may take what you wish from them. Holy shit, that looks like Dad. What the fuck?
Let's not be too hasty there, Fur Nin. It could be your mom.
Fur Nin just runs over to the dragon kid and just like,
Holy fuck, what happened here?
So yes,
Do you know
it-
anything of this, guys?
it is the crushed body of your father. The sort of singed and
Can I,
crushed
like-
body of your father. Sorry.
Can I just like hold Fern in and be like, "It's okay, buddy, it's okay."
No, it's not fucking okay. What the fuck has happened here? My dad was not an adventurer or anything. It's just...
You did poison a few of us.
You knew this?
I, for one,
No,
You
I
didn't
didn't
tell
know
me?
that. I didn't know he was
What?
dead.
You better
I
not
didn't
be
know he
lying.
was dead. I haven't seen him.
Frankie looks over at the broken body of Scaris, which has "fuck you, burn in" like scarred into his arm.
Frank is just gonna gesture to it and going, "See, he wasn't exactly well liked."
Well, I mean, it could be a bit
Time and
odd,
praise,
but I mean,
Franklin.
it's
Time and place.
dead.
I just pat Fern in on the back as a helpful.
Oh, yeah. Just
You can
fucking
take your father's
burn
staff if
inside
you
now.
want.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my father's staff. Holy shit. This is going to be a reckoning for this.
Yeah, you want to go cut someone?
Yeah,
I
if you
remember
bet them,
who-
you bet sure.
"Sure, I will."
Try to remember
But I
who-
need to fight this Ebony Darkness guy because it's probably his fucking fault.
They find a very old, withered corpse as well that looks very badly singed, and they pull it out. It was wearing nothing but a very badly singed robe. Are you wanting to look at these bodies at all? Are you wanting to just dig? Or you wanting to go elsewhere? What do you want to do?
Check that old body, the mutilated one, the old real old with the singed robe.
I'll
And
be over
check if there's
here.
anything nice there.
I don't really have the stomach for this, I'm
Pale
sure you
spec.
understand.
It might be someone we know. Let's pay our respect.
So Frankie walks up and looks at the crumpled, like, twisted body of Professor Sinister.
Sinister.
You knew this one?
You know what I was waiting for, actually? I was waiting for Professor.
Or is it his clone, perhaps? Who
Yeah, I was
knows?
going to say, when's the clone coming?
So, we should probably find another portal quickly.
Yes.
For this fucking artifact.
You search the bot professor and find a small sort of hidden bottle of wine.
Ah,
Oof.
thank you.
Secret stash.
I thought you
Yeah.
were-
Echoing around.
Shot.
Are you guys hearing the voices? Or am I going insane as well?
Well, the
Kingdom.
two are mutually exclusive.
Admittedly, thought you were going to say a secret love letter to Mrs. Buttersworth.
Where are these voices coming from?
I don't
There's all
know.
the ghosts
I'm-
just
I'm
surrounding
feeling
the bodies.
Yeah.
The ghost of the bodies.
Karis
Yeah.
is like
Happy
one-legged
Paradise.
body just lying there, like curled into itself.
We should
We should
burn
move
the
along.
bodies.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that is your speciality, apparently.
Yes, I'm going to try and set them on fire, but like gently, not like fireball.
Gently.
And Fur Nin
gonna
is
try and
like
gently
moving away
set them
really
alight.
quickly. Fur Nin just vanishes.
Can I check them all first to see if that we've not missed anything from them?
Sure.
They might have some useful stuff.
You find that all the bodies seem to have been badly singed and then crushed quite strongly. It looks like the ceiling collapsed on them and killed them all relatively quickly. Although Karis looks like he survived long enough, as I said, to carve "fuck you, burn in" into his arm.
Tough. There's a lot of
Karis.
curvy letters there. My accent is
He's-
all over the place.
He
Yes,
must have suffered.
his cursive is excellent.
You also find about 8 different crutches.
I might need these. Take one each, just in case.
What are you implying, Franklin?
Trust me, legs go flying.
Well,
What?
I have been known to frequent the boudoir, but
If you don't mind moving off a little, I'm going to say goodbye to my friends. And I'll join you shortly.
by all means, Franklin.
Frank's just gonna say a few words for each person and then just
Do you have any words
go.
to say that you wish to be remembered for, or is it just to yourself?
to myself. Like,
Okay.
no.
We were friends, short and brief. But I will remember that I made a lot of money because of you. Thank you.
I also burned you a lot. Sorry about that. You
And then
will
I'm
die as you lived, on fire.
Yeah, I feel like most of the group that are dead, Frankie wasn't really with for very long. Much like the current group.
Can I put
But he
the
made a
mouse
lot of money.
off my finger onto like their grave thing as like an offering, like instead of flowers, I put.
I'm just gonna like set them alight and like send them off.
So you burn the bodies. All of them are fine burning, apart from Professor Sinister, who, as soon as you put him on the flame, emits very dark black smoke.
Yeah.
Even in death.
I will return.
I will pollute this land.
I will return in 4 movies' time.
And be foreshadowed in Fortnite.
Yeah. Do it. In fact, if you don't play Fortnite, you won't know what the hell's going on. Let's get that cheddar.
So, as you pay your respects to this, the crows have been watching you quite enthusiastically while you've been dragging the bodies around and burning them and stuff. They come over to you and go, "Why do you burn those?"
Well, they're dead, so their ashes need to be spread across the universe.
So we should burn our dead?
Well, it's the most effective way of
Good.
getting rid of the remains.
Do you
It's,
not
it's much more hygienic than leaving them out to the
do you
sky.
not eat your dead?
No.
No. Not exactly
You
good
are
for
quite
you.
primitive.
Well,
Hilariously,
in
it's
some
the
ways.
plot of Stranger in a Strange Land.
Also, Silent Green.
At this point, you hear a "Found it!" and you look over and you notice a quite elderly man pulling himself out of the wreckage, holding what looks like a glowing pink dagger.
That doesn't look very good.
You found it.
Fur Nin's gonna make a quick little stealthy rush and just snatch the dagger out from the guy's hand, or try.
Oh, this could only end well.
Okay, roll.
Just want you to know, guys, I didn't try to hit him with the hammer from behind this time.
You grab the dagger out of his hand and keep running. At this point, the crows go, "Why have you stolen our dagger?" Ah!
It belongs in a museum.
We need to.
Oh god.
Oh, Plummet.
We need it for Ebony Darkness. See ya.
And he keeps running off.
Okay. The crows begin to shamble towards the running away Fur Nin, but they can't seem to move quickly. Is Fur just going to keep running?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just gonna keep running.
Okay, what are the rest of you going to do?
Alright, I guess we're also running.
Run away!
Okay, so as Fur keeps running, eventually, as he gets about maybe, let's say 30 feet away, the dagger has another lightning bolt come from it, and a huge yellow portal comes out of this dagger. And Fur runs straight through it, I imagine.
Yeah, he's just turned around and just shouts,
Portal's over here, guys! Hurry!
Oh yes, because the first one worked out so well.
Okay, so is everyone else just running straight through?
Yeah, we're just
I
going,
mean, it does seem the lesser of the current evils, I'll be honest.
Okay.
Yes.
As you get through, you recognise you're back in the inn in the rich district of town. However, the place seems completely deserted. What do you want to do?
Oh yes, Jeffrey, my usual place. Wait, Jeffrey? Wait, what?
I wonder what
Is
happened
it
to Jeffrey.
It might be down in the cellar.
Already?
Let's have a look around, see if we can find any more stuff here.
You look around. Eventually, you find the room that Frankie knows it contains all your gold, and you open the door to find it's completely empty except for a folded envelope.
That bastard. What?
I'm gonna open the envelope.
Okay. In the neatest handwriting you can imagine is a letter saying, "Dearest Frankie, Karis, or anyone else still alive, I have used my rats to take all the gold away because this place is falling to demons, and I don't like demons. Hopefully you enjoy yourself and are not dead. Love, Whispers."
What? Whispers?
Who is
You took
this
all the
Whispers?
money.
I mean, I can't fault this whisper person's logic.
She's a cat burglar. That's what she is.
"Ooh, a cat burglar, you say?"
Yeah, okay. Seems like a
Piques
pretty
my
good one.
interest. Yes, it piques my interest very much. I must meet this person one day, so she can empty all my pockets. Yes.
Even that really big one.
Getting a little weird and horny there.
I don't know what you're talking about. You must be hearing things.
So it's completely empty. There's nothing there except that folded envelope.
There's nothing there but a folded
Frankie's
envelope,
broke,
and
basically.
it looks like the ring she used to put the seal onto it, which lies on the floor abandoned.
I'm broke. This day could not get any worse.
Well, I'm alright. I'm still a joke.
Now, Frankie,
Have to do it.
if you were, as you say, broke, I can't help but remember a certain night promised in a boudoir.
Oh no, you'll
you-
still get
how are
that.
we
The
gonna
girls
pay
owe
for
me
that?
a few favors. The girls owe me a
okay.
few favors. But
I have a tab.
after that, I don't need
Oh
a
yes. Everyone thinking about ladies tonight. Well, yeah. Maybe we should think about finding this ebony guy and just fucking kill him.
tab. You know what?
What do
I
you think we've
might
been
not
doing?
bother. Oh, my manners, guy.
Or should we just, head for the bar and the ladies and just fuck this ebony guy?
Frankie's just gonna
I
take his
wasn't
wine
talking
bottle out.
about, no, once this is all over and done with, we're being paid to, well, hopefully getting paid to do this
Yeah.
job.
I hope so too.
Frankie's just gonna sit and drink his wine.
What the Professor says is a death wine.
Yeah.
Yep.
A dead man's
Yep.
wine.
He's gonna stare where his money was and just be like, drink.
Well, Fur Nin is going to go look in the other places around the inn and see if there's anything else of interest. See if we can find another portal.
Fur Nin finds a small amulet sort of draped over the end of a bed that seems to have a sort of odd, like light blue tint to it.
What is this? This seems like jewelry.
And as you hold it up, another portal shines out of it and starts swirling in front of you.
People, portal time! Now!
Rocketing over at full
Oh,
pelt.
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you with me,
I'll
Rupert?
be honest,
Let's go.
This is getting quite silly.
I
Yes.
know, but it took my
But it's fun.
money.
I jump into it while screaming cannonball.
Yes.
I
Fur Nin is right behind.
Frankie's just stumbling forward into I want to go home.
Fur Nin pops his head back out and just
Yeah, this might be home.
goes back again.
I'm walking. He's walking through.
Okay, is everyone just following on then?
I mean, apparently, yes.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. As you go through, you find yourself standing outside of an inn. Fur Nin, Dusty, and Rupert recognize it as the inn they were in before, and Frankie recognizes it as the inn with the very strange innkeeper. As you sort of look around going, why are we here? You hear the sounds of something quite large coming towards you.
That'd probably be that giant spider thing that we ran away from before.
Yeah, probably.
How do we go back?
Fuck.
We can't go back.
So I take it we all turn to look where.
You turn, and
Where
there's,
the noise is
as I
coming
said, a
from, yeah.
massive spider making its way towards you.
Oh, is this the spider that ate Todd thingy? Todd Saunders, Pole Detective, yeah.
Yes, it is the spider that ate Todd.
Just the emaciated, sucked out corpse just in the corner.
No, Todd Sanders was crushed by an inferno.
Oh, yeah.
So, what are you going to do about this giant spider that's there now?
Oh, I'm sick of running.
Fur Nin is just gonna charge in with the pink dagger in hand and just try to stab the spider in the belly
Okay.
from underneath it.
You're not using your father's staff?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay. Roll to try and stab the spider. Natural 20. Fur Nin jumps up to the giant spider, stabs it somewhere in the abdomen. You hear what can only describe as a strong screech and hissing, and thick green blood starts spraying over Fur Nin.
Vengeance!
Yeah, get him,
Vengeance!
laddie!
Okay, the spider looks like it's panicking as this green ichor is like pouring out of it, like at a rate that it looks like it's going to be bled dry very quickly.
You're doing it, lad. Well done.
Yeah, you cut that good. You cut that good, boy. Apparently he's
God, Donny
fucking
Pockets
in
is
Deliverance now. Yeah.
There's a lot of ghosts tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, you get him, Guff. Get him, Guff.
But will
voice
the
of
Todd
heroes
Sanders
path.
be avenged?
Yes,
I can't
of
do many
all
voices,
the
it
heroes
turns out.
past, all of the heroes are in me.
It's more I'm just really bad at voices, and so...
Okay. So
Are we just gonna watch the spider bleed to
the
death?
spider basically like frantically looks like it's trying to run away, and it runs the way it came, leaving this thick layer of green behind it. You gonna follow it? You gonna do something with it? You gonna ignore it and do your own thing? What are you gonna do?
Fur is gonna follow it.
Okay.
It might lead to somewhere.
Okay. You follow it past a strangely mummified corpse on the ground. Looks like it's had its head crushed. And you eventually come to a couple of cultists standing next to a swirling green portal. And they're sort of looking really confused why this massive spider has just ran through the portal next to them.
I feel like we've been here before.
Is this the same portal that we ran through before?
Yep. Like,
Hey there.
what are you doing
With
here?
us again.
Well,
Like,
we're,
what
we're
did you do
chasing
to
Ebony.
Annabelle?
We didn't do anything to Annabelle. She just looked a little bit sick, so she ran away, and we sort of tried to help her, but she wouldn't stop.
Yeah,
Like,
she
she's
kept
not
running
meant to
away.
bleed that color.
Oh, was she bleeding?
No.
I didn't see that. Oh shit.
I mean,
Maybe we should go after her and see that she's okay.
Like, I
Did
didn't
you
know
not
you
speak?
liked spiders.
Oh, spiders are awesome.
They do keep the flies away.
I just sort of like nudge Frankie and be like, is nobody noticing that he's covered in blood?
He's like a luminous green.
Yes, just
It's like
oozing from
somebody
like
It's like somebody stabbed a predator.
Frankie just like offers his wine bottle.
You want some of this?
Yeah, you cut that spider good.
Yes, please. Shall we head off to the next fun place? What do you think, guys? There's a good
No, let's
portal
stand here and
there.
talk to these folks for another 35 to 47 minutes.
Like, you guys are not allowed in there.
Well,
You
Huh?
said that before, but
Who's
you
gonna
didn't stop us.
yeah, don't try to stop us. You know, you
Shall
see
we
what
just
happened
push
to the
him in with
spider.
us?
Yes, let's do that. Come on.
Just push him in with us.
Let's go.
Rupert,
Come on,
please,
you can
please.
come.
Come on, Rupert, cannonball. This guy from behind, into the portal.
okay. And I cannonball them into a room.
Okay.
Do it.
So after charging through a cultist and dragging him like gore-wise into the portal, you find yourselves back inside the portal. And if you remember, there was a room full of books, hundreds and hundreds of books. What do you want to do?
Get to reading.
Yeah. Start finding
Grab
some
two
books.
similar-sized books and start doing like weight presses with it.
Yes.
Exercise.
You could
Fun.
you could also exercise a bit with this guy here, Rupert, if you want to. He needs a seeing to, I think. He's a little bit unmannered.
Frankie's gonna look around for like spider blood.
If we find where she went, we can follow her blood. No, is that you?
Yes. She seemed charged.
Does anyone have?
to
All
the
right,
left door.
Radioactive
Let's,
spider blood.
let's follow her then.
Okay, you follow that. Eventually, you come to a massive room that you recognize as the room Ebony was in before, and he seems to be sitting back on the throne, and at the base of the throne seems to be a dead spider. A massive dead spider.
Well, this certainly looks like the kind of rapscallion who'd go by the name Ebony Darkness, I tell you what.
Yes, it's definitely him. We're back where we started.
He stands up and you hear him chanting something.
Right, let's shut him up.
I'm gonna quickly shoot a poison bolt with my poison staff at him,
Okay, roll.
right in the face. There we go.
Okay,
Trusted
so
staff rolls again.
A massive green cloud covers all of you.
Oh shit.
Oh, for the love of God, you
I pull up my
bloody
face.
asshole.
Oh no, I do. I've got a
believe-
plague mask.
I believe I'm following my father's footsteps.
I did not know
dear.
the man, so I have no way to confirm nor deny that.
Oh, you're as useless as your father.
Oh, there we go. First hand.
Oh, don't dare talk about my father.
Well, you guys
It's
are
really hard to
arguing.
sound menacing and
I'm
angry in his
slowly
voice.
being poisoned. Well, I'd rather not be
I'll
in the
drag
crowd
you
of
out
poison,
of the
I'll be
crowd of
quite
poison
honest.
then.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, or maybe you should try to
Good job,
cannonball
Batman.
the guy in the middle before he chants completely something.
Does someone else want to rescue Valerie then, while I cannonball the guy in the middle?
Can I
Frankie's
technically
gonna help
rescue
pull her out.
myself?
You've got Giles
Yeah,
to
you can
rescue you,
technically help
just spinning
yourself.
him.
Giles, drag me out of the poison.
Yes, you have a manservant. Get him to help
Yeah.
you.
Alright, roll the cannonball at Ebony.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I added my
yes.
strength.
You go charging across the arena and you barrel straight through the spider and then through Ebony, who flies through the air and then lands on the ground. Let's see, how badly does he land? He lands with a sort of sickening snap on one of his knees and he goes, "Like, that's not fair."
Well, now, son, we talked
Sorry
about
there,
this
laddie.
before. Yeah, life isn't fair. Sometimes you
Like,
just gotta face
I
it.
was gonna give new life to that spider. Like, why did you get involved?
Well, you know, your pet spider is kind of nasty to people, so we thought that maybe he would be better off dead.
Like,
Especially-
Annabelle is a gorgeous creature.
I was just kind of told
yes.
that they were
Boss.
looking for you, and I decided to tag along.
Like,
making
who is
excuses.
that guy?
I am Duke Raphael Binningham of the Binningham Isles, and this is my manservant Giles. Hey, I'm Gov.
Like,
How are you doing?
you have a servant? Like,
Well, that
you're
that
like
rather
the
comes with
almost
being a Duke, young
man I've met.
I
Just to be
mean-
part of the 1%, yeah.
I am in fact a man, yes. But so is Giles. In fact, it seems most of the party here are men. I'm not entirely sure about the lizard person, but they might be, I don't know. I've never encountered someone with a cloaca before.
The lizard person.
Well, he is green.
Yes.
That doesn't help with discerning their gender. I thought is Ferdinand not a dragonborn?
Yeah.
He's a humanoid
is.
dragonborn
Wait,
thing.
didn't Ferdinand get his like crotch ripped out like last episode?
Yeah.
Yes. Or then his cloaca, if we're gonna have that discussion. But no, we're not.
I mean, I'm just going off the voice, I'll be honest. I haven't seen in
Yes.
their pants.
And that's why he's not longer. He's talking like this because he got his nether things removed while he was in the pre-pubertal essence, sort of. So yeah.
I swear your character's like 14 years old as well, right?
Yeah, it's getting
somewhere like that.
Yeah.
It's just a kid.
Really fucking angry one.
And so you never even got a chance to use your cloaca? How sad.
Yeah, so,
Shall we then continue killing this dude? I promise I won't use my staff anymore.
Yeah, why don't you use the old one-shot stabbing thing you'd got there?
Yeah, I can try that again.
Well, you didn't try it the first time. You just used your staff, despite what I asked you to do a minute ago.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about throwing it at him, but maybe I didn't want to throw the nice, shiny, glowy dagger away.
You could throw the staff at him.
I don't... I mean, you're probably used to have staff, but you can throw your staff at him.
Good idea, Giles!
Fur Nin is gonna run up and stab Ebony with a pink dagger.
Okay, roll. Nope. You trip after two things and the dagger goes flying out of your hand, landing on the floor.
Oh, god damn it. Someone just killed the bastard.
Well, I'm not going to throw you, Giles. I don't have the upper body strength for it, but perhaps you could go and deal with that young ruffian. Whatever you say, Governor.
Okay, what's Giles gonna do?
He's gonna run up and try and pick up the dagger, I guess.
Okay, roll.
And shank Ebony.
Come on, Belry.
And roll again.
Oh, there's a bloody great spider in the light.
Nope. Giles runs forward, picks up the dagger, slips, and the dagger goes flying. Does anything happen? The fact that that's the third 3 in a row, fuck it, something happens. Odd or even, Belry?
I say odd.
It is odd. Giles doesn't die. So the dagger just goes flying out of his hand and lands on the ground next to Ebony.
Giles represents the entirety of the combat prowess of these two people.
I feel we've seen this before.
Perhaps.
So it's now... Let's go from the top. So it's now Dusty.
Well, I guess I'll pull out my crossbow and just sort of say, well, hold on there, partner. How would you like a couple of these pins in your cushion? And I'm gonna fire at him. Oh no.
Roll.
You didn't even give him a chance to answer.
It's more of a rhetorical.
It shoots through Ebony's cloak, but doesn't hit Ebony himself. Next shot.
Well, dang.
Yep, that one sinks into Ebony. Let's see what part of him it hits. 15 hits Ebony right in the groin.
Yeah.
There's a lot of groin shooting going on tonight.
Yep, so Ebony now has an arrow sticking out of his cock.
But I'm believing that Dusty might have been practicing this a lot. So
Ebony is now kneeling on the ground with his arms outstretched and a sort of expression of ah. So now Frankie.
Frankie is going to launch a lightning bolt and try and fry his ass.
Okay, roll.
No, I don't.
The lightning bolt crackles through the poison. Does everything go boom? No. Thankfully, everything doesn't go boom this time, but the poison cloud sort of continues to sort of slowly drift away from you all. So it's now Rupert.
Can I just cannonball the guy again?
Yes, you can. Certainly on his knees with an arrow in his crotch. He's not going anywhere anytime soon.
One trick pony! Yes!
Yep, you slam into the front of him. Let's see what part of him you actually hit. 20! You crack him in the head. He tumbles backwards, blood pouring from the edge of his head.
Have you ever been in the circus, Rupert? I'm pretty sure I've seen this act before.
Ebony is too stunned to do anything this turn, so it goes back to Dusty.
Well, yeah, I'll just keep shooting, I guess.
Alright, roll.
Seem to be doing fine, just fine. Or not.
Nope. Again.
Well, that's why I got 2 of them.
Second one's way off the
Only
mark.
I had 3.
It's now the Duke Binningham.
Giles, pick yourself up. You're making a fool of us both. Hey, I swear to God when I kill this bastard. Governor. I guess I'll try and dust myself off and reacquire the dagger before Ebony gets it.
Alright, roll. Oh dear. Giles picks the dagger up, charges forward with it, slips and embeds the dagger through his right leg.
Oh, for God's sake, Giles. You're an embarrassment.
So, blood is now pouring out of the right leg of Giles.
Pull yourself together, man.
Hey up, Gov.
It's now Frankie.
I told you those crutches would come in useful.
Sorry, crutches or crotches?
I'm gonna
Not many left though.
A dwindling supply.
Oh, we gotta launch another lightning bolt.
Okay. Yep, the lightning shoots into Ebony. He shudders and his legs seem to be buckling under him like he can't seem to hold his weight.
Come on, boys, we've got him on the ropes.
It's now Rupert.
No guesses. Quite frankly, I don't think my guy can do anything else.
Barrel roll.
Actually, that is an Altoran roll, and it's mislabeled as a barrel roll.
True.
So Rupert barrels into Ebony one more time, catching him in the left arm. So Ebony is now basically stunned. Most of his body is stunned. I don't think he'll be able to do much, but let's see what he does. No, he doesn't do anything this turn, so it's back to Dusty.
You skipped me. You skipped me. You can't
Oh,
skip
sorry, I will go back to Fur Nin.
Apparently he can.
Yes. But since we now have a really stunned guy lying on the floor, I have some silver nails. As you might recall, I picked up. So I'm gonna take one in each hand and go up to Ebony and stab him in the eyes with these silver nails.
Okay, roll.
That's really fucked up.
Yep, you stab him in the eye with a nail.
Ow! Like what? Like, ow! You just don't do that!
Oh yes, I do.
I
You
mean,
just
I'll have to be
watch me,
honest,
or not.
I'm kind of inclined to believe the boy. This is rather cruel.
Okay, it's now Dusty again.
Okay, so what I want to do is run forward, rip the knife out of fucking what's his face, Giles' leg, and just stab Ebony Darkness with it while
Okay.
he's stunned and blinded.
Roll.
And, well,
You run. Let's see. Do you run into Giles or do you
oh
odd or
man, I
even?
got more than 5. Don't do me like this.
Odd or even?
Ah, even.
Odd. You
I'm
run
more
up.
concerned about how you're about to do me, to be honest.
You're fine. Giles is fucked, but you're fine. You run up and you manage to grab the wrong side of the blade, so you grab the actual
Oh,
blade side, slicing your fingers open.
Ah, shit.
So there's now the bleeding Giles.
Well, I think it's safe to say that Giles is still in possession of the dagger.
Yes, still through his leg.
Can I just take the crutch that apparently we were all given and hobble away for now?
What, with the dagger through your leg?
Yeah, because
Okay.
at least then we have the dagger, which seems to be important.
Okay, so Giles hobbles back to his feet and hobbles away. It's now Frankie.
Frankie's just gonna launch another electric bolt because he's actually making some headway.
Famous last words.
No.
Odd or even to see if you do anything with the poison cloud.
Odd.
It's odd. You don't ignite the poison cloud this turn. It's now Fur Nin. You've stabbed Ebony in one
have
eye
the
so
dagger.
far.
I mean, yeah, I could probably stab him in the other eye as well. I thought I said I stabbed him both, but I'm gonna take my special hammer and I'm gonna punch him in the face with it.
Okay.
Can we also address this is like a 14-year-old kid doing these atrocities?
Yes, and he's mad with anger and he has no crotch left, so yes.
Yep, you crack Ebony across the face with the hammer. Let's see what it does to him.
Oh,
Yep, he spits out a couple of teeth. And it's now Rupert.
Can I just take Fur Nin to go sit down a bit somewhere far away and just calm down?
Go buy him an ice cream and be like, hey bud, what's going on?
Can I do that? Can I go buy him
Sure.
an ice cream?
Go buy him an ice
I'm
cream.
gonna
Whether he
resist.
listens
I'm
is-
going to resist that as well as I can. So you're probably gonna have to
Alright.
roll against me on that one.
Yeah, but it's
I do have the strongest strength of the group, so
I'm very
Also,
dexterous.
no stats
I'm
and
very
anything
nimble.
else.
So
I'm very mad right now.
Roll your compassion to see how well you can convince Fur Nin.
Also, I feel like Rupert would know a really good ice cream place.
He would.
Okay, so Fur, roll against that to see if Rupert can't calm you down. Exact same number. Okay, well, we'll just treat it as not this turn then. Let's see, what does Ebony do?
No ice cream! No ice cream!
Ebony shakily
ice
gets
cream.
back to his feet and begins chanting again. It's now Dusty.
Well, how's my hand?
You've sliced like the middle section of your fingers. So it's
Okay.
one of your hands is bleeding because you thought that the sort of glinting bit leaking out the side of the leaking Giles was actually the handle, but it was actually the end of the blade.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't sound like me.
Ah, so it's like through my leg.
Yes.
Well, now that I know better, I want to attempt the same maneuver again, just with a little bit of,
I mean, I'll be honest, Duff, I'd rather you didn't.
Okay, roll.
you know, they say better out than in.
Natural 1. Odd or even.
Does it matter?
Yes. It's either you or Giles.
Even.
It is even. So,
Nah, you see,
what happens
this is
to
why I'd
Giles?
rather left it.
Bye-bye, Giles.
Yep, it's the right leg as well. So basically, you run forward, you pull the dagger out of Giles, and like a torrent of blood just pours out. Giles immediately goes incredibly pale and just collapses straight down.
You pull it out sideways.
Someone heal. Someone
Severed
heal.
it.
So
Severed.
you've
Frankie,
severed
I'm sorry.
something very important in Giles, and Giles is basically going to bleed out in a turn.
Raphael, I need to tell you something.
Oh my god.
Can we heal him with the power of
We
friendship?
could heal him. I mean,
I'm gonna try and
would
heal
want
him.
to.
Everyone try and
Giles.
heal him. Power of friendship.
Giles, please, tell me, let me know. I was sent to make it look like an accident by your brother. I was supposed to kill you, but them bastards. I couldn't do it.
These guys have a rich backstory that we didn't get to see much of.
No, I couldn't do it.
Power of friendship. Come on, guys.
Giles, I will make them pay
Making
for
friendship
this.
bracelets for everyone. He's handing them out. Gives them to Giles.
Will you stop
Everyone-
doing that? I'm trying to heal him.
Everyone is trying to heal Giles.
You will make it through this
Except
exposition
for
of
Bernie.
yours.
See what Ebony
Rupert, who's
does.
making friendship bracelets, apparently.
Well,
That's, actually, it's Fur Nin left.
Nin.
It's Fur Nin first. So
Yeah.
What's Fur Nin gonna do?
Fern is still furious and takes another silver nail and this time aims for the heart
Okay.
of Mr.
Roll.
Darkness.
Just bounces off Ebony's chest. Flies off into the ground. Ebony
That's what
continues chanting. At this point, the spider, you notice it begin to rise back up.
Someone take care of him quickly before the spider's alive.
I've done step one. Now step two is me repositioning this dagger.
Okay.
Do it!
Good, I'll
Do it!
try.
It's Dusty.
I think you did a good job repositioning it, Gov.
I will reposition the dagger into Ebony Darkness.
Okay, roll. Oh dear. Do
It's
you
over 5. For God.
see if anything happens? Nothing happens, you just don't manage to reach Ebony Darkness this turn. So it's now Duke Binningham and Giles.
Duke Binningham is gonna hold Raphael in a very... Not Raphael, Raphael is Duke Binningham. Duke Binningham is gonna hold Giles's body that is slowly growing colder, swearing revenge on his own brother who sent Giles to kill him. His childhood friend who he met as a street urchin. He gave him a life away from the dangerous streets. His single tear is gonna roll down his cheek. It's really emotional, guys.
It's now Frankie.
We don't have time for that, but still a demon to kill. And he's just gonna launch another lightning bolt at Ebony Darkness.
Okay.
12.
The lightning strikes him and seems to sort of deter him a little bit, but doesn't seem to do much. It's now Fur Nin.
Yeah, I'm just gonna smack him in the head with a hammer so he stops chanting.
Okay, roll. You crack him in the cheek with a hammer. Doesn't seem to do much. It's now Rupert.
So Belry's speech has like moved Rupert, and I'm hoping he gets like a motivational "you killed my friend" buff, and he's gonna slam into Ebony as
It's
hard as
Rupert or Retri Pally.
No, he's like a warrior, I think. Just a really heartfelt, emotional one, and also
Okay.
obsessed with like protein shake.
You know what could have saved him? Exercise. If his leg muscles had been thicker, it wouldn't have killed him.
Please give
Never
me
skip leg, bro. Never skip leg day, bro.
You charge towards Ebony, and you manage to like just miss him by charging past him. It goes to Ebony. The spider, the feet begin to like start like moving again, and the spider begins to be properly reanimated. It's now Dusty.
I was gonna take another slash at it.
Alright.
If I do it in like a cool flipping move, can I add my dexterity?
Yeah, sure.
Loopholes.
Yep, you do stab Ebony. Where do you stab him?
Is he facing towards me or away from me?
You stab him in the groin. At least you're consistent.
Dusty, I think you're gonna have to rename yourself to like Groiny Dan McGraw now. Dusty Dan McGroin.
Dusty Dan McGroin.
Yes.
Smasher of the cloacas.
Yep. So you stab Ebony in the groin. He emits a ear-splitting howl and drops back to his knees.
Can I hold my arm straight so when it drops to his knees, the blade goes up his torso?
Let's see. The blade is slowly pulled down. You get him to move a little bit further up, but not very far.
No, I mean, so like the blade's staying in place and he's tearing it downwards.
He's moved a little bit, but it has gone down mostly with his very thick demon skin.
Yeah.
So it's now Duke Raphael.
I'll have you know, I do rather repel violence. Plus, this is very emotional for me. This is very emotional, but I suppose needs do as needs must. And I will take up Giles's cleaver.
Okay.
And attempt to avenge his childhood friend.
Okay, roll.
I kind of feel like I should have a minus penalty to this, I'll be honest.
Let's see what you get.
There we go.
So you charge forward.
-5.
Ouch!
You slip 17, the right leg, 14, a minor loss. You slip and bring the cleaver straight down and cut your own big toe off.
This shall be a mark. Giles was with. Wait, the idea was that the Duke was meant to have like no combat ability. Which is why it was split as like the two, that was the idea. So I feel like, yeah, -5 is what I'm going with.
It works at least in character. It's now Frankie.
It's just gonna keep going with rolling out these lightning punches. 11! Come on,
Lightning
let's
sort of
next.
shudders into Ebony, but doesn't seem to do much. It's now Fur again.
Ebony's down on his knees, right?
He's fallen back to his knees, and thick, kind of bluish purple blood is like trickling down from his crotch onto the ground.
Yeah. I'm gonna move around behind him and bash his skull in from behind.
Okay, roll.
Let's see how my hammer fares this time. Yay!
That is maybe the most Kermit
So
the Frog yay I have heard in a long time. Yay.
I need to see what you actually hit before I can comment on that. 7 left. You swing down to hit Ebony. Ebony doesn't move, but you thought he would, and you hit yourself in the left knee.
Ow! What the fuck didn't you move for?
So it's now Rupert.
It's like, I've been stabbed. In the dick.
So, yep, Rupert.
Take 2.
He's gonna charge again.
Rupert is like that bit boss in every video game ever.
Basically. Except he's on your side, and it's very devoted to his friends.
He runs up behind Ebony and like smacks through his right leg. There's a sickening snap as Ebony's right leg basically goes from being behind him to basically being beside him. So you seem to have either dislocated his leg or dislocated his knee. So it's now Ebony again, who's probably not going to do much. No, he doesn't do anything. He just sort of begins to sort of curl forward, and you notice blood beginning to run out the edges of his mouth. It's now Dusty.
Well, provided I'm still holding on to the dagger, I just want to start soaring at him up in an upward direction.
Okay. Dagger isn't serrated, but yep, sure, if you want to just roll.
It's pretty sharp though, right? I mean...
Oh yeah, it's pretty sharp, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, you begin to saw upwards. Ebony begins to burble as you get, like, up to his waist. It's now Duke Binningham.
So Duke Binningham is gonna resume his charge, but I am genuinely torn as to what my target is.
What do you think your target should be?
I think it should be Dusty Dan,
Why?
if I'm being honest, because he's the one who ostensibly killed Giles. It is the source of all of this sort of like.
I didn't stab him. I removed the weapon.
Roll.
We'll remove this one too.
The Duke charges up towards Dusty, barrels into Dusty. Does anything happen, or does the Duke?
Hey, what the fuck, yo?
Yep, he just barrels into the Duke. He didn't even bring the cleaver down in time. He just sort of smacks into the side of Dusty, and the two of you go rolling off to one side. Let's see, does the dagger stay in Ebony? Yes, it does. So the dagger is embedded into Ebony, who is sort of like hunched over and just burbling. It's now Frankie.
He's gonna go over and try and like put the dagger in further.
The dagger's pretty far in. You can like pull the dagger up, down, and so on, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, let's just mash it all around.
Pull it.
Let's just mash it all around and...
Do the hokey pokey and...
Took the words from my mouth.
Oh, 5.
5, okay. Let's see what happens on a 5. Natural, oh fuck. Oh fuck.
I'm dead! I'm dead!
Left leg, 17, broken. In his rush to go over and grab the thing, Frankie slips on all the blood and breaks his left leg. So he breaks his right leg.
God, make it, damn it!
If anyone could slip on a pool of blood next to an almost dead boss, it would be Frankie.
Yep. Definitely.
Okay. It's now Fur.
Yeah, and he's gonna grab the knife and pull it more upwards.
Okay, roll.
And let's see who else can slip on a blood pool on a boss.
Nope.
I'm getting flashbacks to when we fought Strahd.
Yep.
I'm getting Elvin the Sky Pony flashbacks.
Fur has managed to slip forward rather than backwards, and his head is now through the wound in Ebony. So Fur's head is now inside Ebony Darkness, with the dagger behind his head.
Looking at his inside.
Yes, so it's now Rupert.
So
Fur Nin just loves getting covered in shit.
I've done most of my boss rotation. I'm gonna try and do my finisher now and just downright snap Ebony's neck.
Okay, roll. Yep, Rupert just walks over and just... and you just see this very sickening snap, and Ebony just falls forwards.
Now I'm having flashbacks to the end of the original Penance where I just hit the dude with a rock.
I should go re-listen to that, actually. I haven't heard that one.
Sorry,
So,
spoilers.
Ebony has fallen on top of Fur, and also on top of Frankie. Can Fur and Frankie do me a roll, please, just to see if anything happens from
Ah!
Ebony falling on
I
top
do
of
have
them?
to...
And now I get a
Now you get
fucking 20.
Fur manages to combat roll out of Ebony when the weight changes. Frankie, however, has the weight of Ebony land on top of his other leg.
Ow!
At this point,
Can we just roll Ebony off?
At this point, the spider behind is indeed active and begins moving towards the rest of you.
Oh, god damn.
Alright.
Don't look at that spider, look over here, you bastard.
I want to punch out the Duke.
Sure, roll.
I will hit you eventually.
Yep,
yes.
you crack the Duke in the face. Belry, give me a
Everyone's
roll.
in agreement with me on this one right here. We only just met him and he's stopping us from
Oh,
fighting
actually,
this
odd or even,
spider.
Belry. Let's see if you remain consciousness.
I'm gonna go odd again.
It's even. Belry is unconscious.
Thank fuck for that.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Can I get a hand over
Just
here?
needed a little bit of a timeout.
Yeah, let's
I,
get
like-
Frankie out of that and take
Yeah,
the
let's
dagger
get
out.
Frank-
I'm gonna do a spider slash.
Okay, so what's Fur doing?
And we're shuffling over the corpse away from Frankie and getting the dagger out of him.
Okay, roll. You push the bleeding, broken body of Ebony off of Frankie. You grab the dagger and you stand in front of this gigantic spider holding the dagger.
Do I look intimidating enough to scare his shitless and because he remembers me with the dagger last time?
Potentially, but we'll get to that when everyone else's turn. So it's now Frankie, who's now free again with his broken leg.
Yes. Can I see the spider from where I am?
Oh yes, it's a fucking massive spider.
Then I'm just going to launch an electric bolt again.
Okay, roll.
Fuck yeah! No, I don't.
Is there a big boom? Yes, there's a big boom. Can everyone do me 2 rolls, please? One to avoid the fire and one to avoid the flying spider that's standing in the middle of the poison.
No, because AJ knocked me out.
I got a 5 and a 2.
I got a 6 and a 3. This is how Ferning goes out.
Rolls, so let's see what they are. Right, okay, so starting with Dusty. Dusty got a 5 and a 2. Dusty is on fire and then gets hit straight in the face with a large chunk of spider. Does it do anything? 11. Right arm. 18. It breaks Dusty's right arm.
Ah, son of a bitch.
So Dusty is on fire with a broken right arm. Rupert. Rupert's fine from the fire and fine from the spider. Doesn't get hit by either. Next is Fur Nin. Fur Nin.
6 and a 3.
6 and 3. Fur Nin is on fire and then gets hit 9. Gets hit in the right leg. 15. Loss. It seems like a massive fang from the spider flies straight forward like a bullet. Flies straight through Fur Nin's left leg, severing it from his body. And then we get to Frankie.
Falling over.
2 and 11.
2 and 11. Frankie is on fire, but at least isn't hit by exploded spider.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I like how he's not even using fireballs and he still manages to set everyone on fire.
But what happens to Duke Binningham?
Uh-oh.
Therein lies the rub. I was hoping we'd forget about that.
Do me a roll, Duke Binningham.
Too many minus.
I will assume that roll basically.
Minus 50.
Okay, let's see what happens to Duke Binningham.
On account of being unconscious.
Being conscious. I rolled 2 on the table, and both times I got the left arm, and got broken then bruised. So Duke Binningham's left arm is mangled beyond compare, but the rest of him's fine. But he is on fire. He is on fire, and most of his hair seems to be singed off.
Would being on fire wake someone up from unconsciousness?
Probably in this case, yes.
So, I mean, there's no spider left now, I guess.
No, the spider has been exploded. Duke Binningham has been woken up and is now singed. His head is basically like singed bald.
So I'm gonna choose to say that the blow to the head gave me short-term memory loss.
Well, when I punched you out.
Okay.
What happened? Oh no, Giles! What happened to Giles?
Ah, the spider got it.
What happened to my arm?
The spider.
Spider got it. The spider got it.
And why am I on fire?
I hate to sound like a broken
explosion.
record, but it was the spider.
Can we now safely assume that since we have no more fighting to do, I guess, we could just put out the fires and sort of...
Yep, you
know.
put the fires out. Are you going to do anything with the twisted, broken body of Ebony?
We should probably burn it. And Fur Nin is going to use his golem as a leg, since he has a golem.
Has anybody seen my toe?
We should check the body of Ebony Darkness for anything that we can use for identification.
You ought to make sure he ain't gonna get back up either.
Yeah, that too. I mean, we want to get paid if we are going to get paid, and...
Yes, hopefully.
Who's left around to pay us, by the way?
I mean, I am a joke. I can make sure you get paid.
That's true, you got a little bit of pull in that department.
Yes, I think there was a magistrate or something like that who wanted to
The artificer.
Yeah, the artificer, yes. That's the one.
Didn't we not see him going out of town, or was this my previous character?
Nope,
No,
you
we
saw
didn't see
him
him go
leaving
out of town.
town.
Yeah, so we need to find him.
At this point,
Well-
you go back through and you realise that the portal that you took through has closed. But after exploring the sort of realm of the cultists, you find that all the cultists seem to have left through a different portal. Do you wish to just follow it through?
Yeah, we might as well.
Yes.
And then make our
Well,
way.
I'm not looking to live down
Sure.
here, so yeah.
It seems time has run out for this week at least. Join us again next week for more of this tale. These barge tales were originally told to us around a campfire in a long-forgotten land as Descent Journeys Through the Dark. They were adapted for this podcast by Nikolai Popsky. All music was written and performed by Daniel Boström. The cast of Plummet are Nikolai, Daniel, Bellery, Amy, AJ, John, Rowan, Squid, and Ash, with additional content by Dragon. If you would like your own high fantasy dice, then journey to dndice.co.uk and use our name Penance RPG at the checkout for a 5% discount of your order. For what is a hero without shiny loot? As for us, we are but meager bards. If you would care to support our tales, you can buy us a grog or two, or Ko-Fi, as it is known in your parts, at ko-fi.com/penancerpg. If you would like to support us in future efforts, we have a Patreon at patreon.com/penancerpg. Farewell and good night, dear listeners, and remember that time will turn again soon. It's only a game, isn't it?
Note to myself when editing this later, if there's lots of squeaking, it's because the dog's got his fucking squeaky ball and is running around the hall like a lunatic squeaking his ball.
He's been a good boy.
Yes. Bellery, can you describe these figures, please? He's gonna DC, isn't he?
He already has left his computer.
Is Bellery there? Is Bellery there? Nope, apparently you don't see any figures at all. You're still walking around the basement of the town hall.
Oh, all right, let's keep moving.
Yes, let's.
Whenever Bellery makes a reappearance, 2 figures will miraculously appear.
How about we do another lap of the room, see if we missed anything?
Oh, wait, before Bellery.
I thought I had time to go get a headset in case I needed to switch to my phone to start recording.
Right, so you do another lap and you see 2 figures. Describe these 2 figures, please, Bellery.
Oh, they weren't there before.
Wow,
That was a
where
bit
did
too
that came
much
Where
from?
did that come from?
Whew, ah. Are they demons?
Yes, where are we, Giles? Allow me to introduce myself. I am... What was his name again? Duke Raphael Binningham.
We do all our own stunts, by the way.
Yes, we do all our own stunts. Top of the morning, Gav.
Alright.
I'm Giles. I was going for something vaguely Cockney, but it hasn't worked.
I do really wish you'd made the voice acting class at the thing in Birmingham.
Yeah, that would have been great. It might have worked better.
Right, so...
It worked well in my head. When I was doing the voices in my head, they worked.
So, how is Duke Raphael bringing him meant to sound?
Quite posh and affected.
Okay, and how's Giles meant to sound?
He's meant to sound vaguely Cockney.
Bit of Cockney.
But like not too rough, because he's trying to look like a faithful man serving him.
So he's...
So like, "Aye up, Gav."
Like EastEnders.
Yeah, like, "Aye up, Gav."
Cool,
So
blimey.
Cockney.
Sort of like that. Yeah, sort of like that.
Down the crows.
Tip number 1, they don't really go A up in London. That's more of a northern thing.
Well, I know, but it's an amalgamation of things.
Two's up on your pipe,
think-
sir.
Well, I'm as the here's what you fucking looking at.
I think it's best to say that it's not meant to be anything specifically.
Well,
It is its thing.
Not like there's anything there anymore to fondle. Sorry, so that was a little bad taste.
That was a little out of touch for being you, Dusty.
Yeah, I'm having one of those days.
I mean, can you play pocket billiards with a cloaca?
Well, no, I don't know if you recall a disembodied voice in the sky. Perhaps in my own mind, I'm not sure. But I believe he lost his cloaca or whatever the fuck.
Yes, I did.
A grasping hand.
Yes.
How do you lose a cloaca though? Because it's just a hole. If anything, you would just have a bigger cloaca.
Yes, this will be the discussion for many a times later on in life. It has already been.
It's like, right, you can't lose your bumhole. You can only create a bigger bumhole.
Oh, you can, believe me.
Oh dear.
Believe you on which part of that sentence?
I used to.
lose
I
or
did.
create a bigger hole?
I did brief training at the stoma unit. Yes, you can technically lose your bumhole.
Okay.
It's always the
it's
last
still like a
place you
hole.
find it.
Well, if you remove your intestine, there's
Yes.
no real actual hole anymore
mean,
because it just
I
doesn't go
guess.
anywhere, so it's not really a hole to get
I
sealed up.
guess.
You get the option of an anal pocket if you want it.
You keep your keys and phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to be the one to make the joke. Thankfully, AJ had no such qualms.
So to get back to Fur Nin's situation, it's less pocket billiards and more pocket basketball.
Oh.
Or should we actually try to dig and find this artifact?
Probably only an AFI CD anyway.
It might be another book of
Bit of a niche
poetry.
joke, I admit.
Alien Ant Farm? No, that's a different thing.
That's a different thing.
Bye.
Slaps.
A fire inside, Bowery.
This is some like metal shit that I'm not into. If it comes to
have researched this for Ebony Darkness, Bowery.
I'm not really into Alien Ant Farm either.
They're pretty good.
Ebony Darkness always struck me more as like My Chemical Romance sort of guy.
Yeah, that's why I said AFI and not Alien Ant Farm.
Is AFI a My Chemical Romance thing?
I don't remember. It was nearly 20 years ago.
Stop it, you're making us feel old again.
Fuck you, dude. You're the young one.
No, I'm not the young one. Rowan's
No,
the young one.
that's Rowan, yeah. Rowan is the young one.
Well,
I am no longer the young one.
No.
Not that young.
You're not 27.
No, but I'm not 18 either.
Yeah, but you're not nearly 30.
Oh, fuck
I'm
off,
nearly
Bowery.
25.
Bowery, I turned 34 in a couple of days and I really don't care anymore.
Yeah, but I've pretty much been 50 since I was like 23, so...
Yeah.
wait, wasn't Mrs. Buttersworth Ebony Darkness's mum?
I can't remember.
I feel like there was some kind of
Yeah, there was something like there.
Yeah, I'm
connection.
sure.
A lot of these character connections are all just post hoc things that were made as one-off jokes that stuck.
Yeah.
But Mrs. Buttersworth did die. Lovely,
did.
Mr. Sinister.
Alright.
I wanted to be Mrs. Buttersworth Sinister.
Hyphenating.
I don't have a first name.
Mrs.
I was never married either. It's a lie.
Even though you baked your husband's ashes into a gingerbread man.
There's
That
never
was
least
just the guy I killed.
Wasn't that why a giant gingerbread man came to attack you?
I loved him, but he didn't love me back. So I killed him and ate his body into a gingerbread man. So that we could be together forever.
Wait. Valerie, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is Buttersworth.
Happy
I'm
times.
sorry, no, what?
Right, Mrs. Buttersworth was an old lady, and there was a thing where everyone saw their worst nightmares, and her worst nightmare was an animate gingerbread man. And the reason it was animate is because she baked her husband's ashes into a gingerbread man, but now it's apparently canon that they were never married, and it was an unrequited love, and she murdered him and ate him so they would be together forever.
I thought the unrequited love was with Professor Sinister.
Yeah.
That's a long, apparently sordid thing, and Mr. Sinister's just lucky he didn't end up as a gingerbread man.
No, this was much better. Yes.
You could have been a part of me, Mr. Sinister.
And that is the end of the Nerrick Hall series. So, it seems like Frankie has survived this chapter of
I
Plummet.
survived! How?
You stopped shooting fireballs. You stopped shooting fireballs. That's how you survived.
I feel like Frankie has been responsible for at least 2 or 3 of my deaths. as well.
Yeah, I have been responsible for many deaths, or at least contributed to many deaths.
I like the sort of side of Plummet of that people can just dial it, because I feel it makes a far better story.
Yes, people can just die like... I've noticed.
Yes, as you've died almost once per episode since we started. Yes,
It's not that many.
I think you're on average of like one character every 2 episodes on
Is it
average.
like something like every 2 or 3 episodes, yeah?
Something like that, yeah.